Hello everyone and welcome to another third-party review. In today's video, thanks to the team at Robot Kingdom, I am taking a look at the Iron Factory Mirrored Commander. This is the Iron Factory IF EX-14M. This is of course their take on the kind of war within, war for Cybertron, Alpha Max, Alpha Pack kind of style Optimus Prime, done in that gorgeous shattered glass color, and then giving him the ability to combine up with his armor. Quick flick around the box, nothing untoward, nothing we wouldn't expect from an Iron Factory box. And then we have Prime in his vehicle mode, getting very kind of Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron, War Within. And then we have this added kind of Apex or God Bomber armor that he can combine with. Out of the box we get Prime in a one-tier clamshell system, and just hidden in behind there we get all of his added accessories. Right, now before we take a look at Prime himself, let's take a look at all of these parts and accessories that come included in this set. First up we have his rather large sword, very reminiscent of what we got with their Nova Prime figure. Really good looking weapon though. We get those additional feet extenders which plug down over his legs. We get not one, not two, but three different guns that come in this set. We get these handguards which go up and over his wrists. We get two of those. We get two of these gorgeous purple shoulder extenders. Again, we've got a nice space there for an insignia of your choosing. We get the new chest panel with that new kind of combined formed head. Love this kind of neon green that we've got going on here. And then we get the crotch plate as well, which just tabs in over the top. And last but not least, we get this really large backpack panel. Again, very much the same as what we got with the Nova Prime, but we've got that kind of Power Master Prime, God Ginrai style wing system done in this really nice smoked black with that very vibrant purple and that neon green. Now Prime himself is nothing that we haven't already seen before. I love that shattered glass panel on the front there. He's got these really chunky hands. It's just the colors, they have really managed to capture the character. They're really vibrant and they look exceptional. I mean, just look at that head sculpt. Those eyes are piercing. They're peering directly into your soul. He's a very sturdy figure, a very good size, and an exceptionally well balanced character. For a quick scale comparison, here he is alongside the Iron Factory Tarn. Now, one of the only things that this set is really missing is all of those extra hands that Iron Factory seem to be incredibly keen on bombarding us with at the moment. Now, if this is your first time taking a look at this mold, it does, of course, transform. Personally, mine's going to stay in his combined form, but the option is definitely there nonetheless. It's not the most complexing of transformations, but we will cover it anyway. The first port of action is to just pop these arm cannons off. They are completely optional. That's how he comes as standard out of the packaging, and this section here can also be removed from his back. Again, that's just an additional firearm piece that's not necessary, but personally I actually like how he looks with the bits on the back there, and I prefer him without those specific arm guards in tow as well. Let's bring in his G1 style cannon. I mean, he does look pretty darn awesome with that, doesn't he? This panel on his chest flips up like so. Head can then flip down, and these arms fully rotate backwards on themselves like so. As you can see, they come untabbed from those wheel panels. We can rotate them on that joint so that the mushroom peg comes around to the front and the hands are backwards. This top panel piece is going to fold up into this position. We'll fold and extend downwards. The shin guards will also rotate and flip down to the front of the legs, and with these now down we can just compress these legs downwards like so. The feet in turn will also compress, and then these legs will magically tab in nicely together. Rotate this waist around like so. Pull this section down, revealing that gap in the upper torso, and with that now revealed we can bring that section forwards like so. Using this reverse tab, these are going to flip backwards, and then using this hole here and this tab, those are just going to push and tab in like so. A pretty decent looking kind of war within style prime. We can then place his weapons on top. They go on like so, and then we have these exhaust style cannons that we got off his forearms. They're now going to return to his forearms, and they're going to come up like so. It's starting to come together, isn't it? It's actually not a bad alt mode at all. Now, I personally am not going to display my figure like this at all, but that's definitely an option nonetheless. Not for everybody, but I personally think that it works. These extend outwards. The guns can come down like so. So this part here is going to form the backpack. These and then fold around to the side like so. Bring in our fist sections. These are going to push and tab in nicely together. This panel extends like so, and if you look, there's these two holes on the underside. The fists are going to slide in there gloriously. Our shoulder tab pieces can just slide. I'm going to push and locate those on the underside of this trailer. Again, everything pushes in rather nicely. Our chest panel piece, the head, can slide underneath. Crotch panel comes in and just pushes and just slides in to the rear. Where this slides in, there's a tab just on either side here. That's going to push and push, firmly locking into position. Make sure that these wing panels firmly tab in to the side pieces. Come to the leg panels. You want to just open these sections up on both sides like so, and then these just tab in on either side, and all we're doing, we're basically extending the reach of those wheels, and then this here is going to come in, and that's going to tab in to those holes on the underside there. Lining up, pushing and tabbing into position, and as you can see, it's already looking the part. And then we can bring in these kind of super cannons and just pop those on the side like so, if you choose to. I mean, there's also space up the top here, you can pop those in on there. There are various different options. Definitely prefer this to Nova Prime. I think I got the Nova Prime, I think I sold it. Didn't even get a chance to review it because I was missing a lot of the pieces. I don't know where they went, but my package had kind of been opened. This, if you choose to, can actually be separated down into a sword and an axe with an extended hilt. So if you've got a character with the gripping hand, unfortunately my Tarn's hands are in a box at the moment, but you get the idea. He can hold those weapons quite nicely, but I think that's a pretty decent rendition of Prime. I would have actually loved Spark Toys with their War Within Prime to have made an armor very similar to this, or somebody to have made a kind of oversized armor that works in conjunction with it. I thought that would be actually incredibly good. Now, of course, we're not here to take a look at how this looks in vehicle mode, so just detach this section for now. We're going to detach these legs. These are going to come down. The chest panel, this will all come up on the top here. These will come untabbed, and they're going to come back around for now and around, and the arms are going to come down and rotate. So again, bring those round and rotate. The chest comes down, this section comes back, the head is going to come up into range, and we can rotate the waist and extend those legs, flatten off the feet, compress that torso back. There we go, we're basically back to his full on robot mode. Now, of course, we are going to make him into his Superbot form. So we need to take all of this section apart. We're going to detach these wings. We're going to detach these sections. Remember, we plugged everything in rather firmly. This section here is tabbed in on the underside and on the underside. Bring everything down. These come out like so, and this is going to lift out of these legs. There we go. Right, detach and detach. Right, from here, grab your fists. This is going to be the first port of action. We're going to open up the fists like so. Detach any weaponry that we have. Bring the fists down, and these are just going to line up and tab over his existing hands. So again, with this side, remove, open, and tab in those hands and close that off. We need to hide that head back again, so just bring this forwards, compress the head down on the angle, and then back into position, hiding said head off. Our wings have these panels which can come up on either side. These can tilt upwards. The shoulder tabs have a very small latch in the front and in the back, and they just tab in directly over his existing shoulders. These feet, the hinge compresses back again, tabbing in firmly. The cannons, which we had mounted on his arms, can now tab in to the side of the feet. You want to compress his toes down, and as if by magic, these tab in to the side of those feet and really do work wonders for volume. So again, bring this piece over, push and tab, bring in our gun, slide that in the side, compress those toes down fully, and then using that hinge, just bring that in and tab that into position. This is then going to push, lock, and secure into place. Head can come up on this chest panel. The crotch plate is a straight up cover that goes over, and the chest. So we just extend that section, bring the new panel in, and there we have him fully combined up. Everything tabs in nicely, and he really does look the part. Maybe his shoulders are a little bit too narrow, but that's kind of me nitpicking somewhat. Everything kind of moves up nicely. Absolutely adore that head sculpt. As you can see, I've moved his cannons onto the back there. Not the best place to store them, but it works nonetheless. I've included the backpack handle on the end of his sword. We can also kind of move these bits down as well to kind of give it a little bit more depth. Not really sure where they're meant to go. He's got his prime gun in hand as well, but I absolutely adore how he looks. So we get a similar sort of articulation, although we now have slight hindrance using this front panel piece here, but we do get really nice pivot on those feet, as well as that double jointed kind of bend on the knee. So really the only thing we sacrifice is the forwards motion on those legs. Everything else works exceptionally well, and he's got a very kind of Star Saber-y, stylized look to him as well. Really is one of my favorite Legends figures to date. I think even more so than Megatron. This guy's just got something funky about him, and it's just a huge playability value. I mean, he just looks amazing, doesn't he? He now towers over Tarn. I honestly think Iron Factory are upping their game. Production seems to be a lot cleaner on these. The plastic quality is definitely more preferable. They've definitely changed something up, and I absolutely adore how it looks. Once again, thank you so much to Robot Kingdom for making this review possible. This is of course slightly ahead of schedule. I believe this has now been released, or if not, it's going to be released very shortly indeed. I picked this up from them when we visited them in Hong Kong. And to be honest with you, Iron Factory really can't go wrong at the moment in my eyes. They are an exceptionally good brand. Thank you all for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share, and of course subscribe. I've included a playlist to my Iron Factory figures. And until next time, from myself and the Iron Factory Mirrored Commander, IF EX-14M, goodbye.